This is the morning of the 7th of August, 2024. Article on Action for Liberty, posted by Mega Jesse Smith, published on August the 2nd, 2024. Titled, Weird Waltz Throwing Stones in a Glass House. Take a look at this fat, bald-headed choice of VP pick by camel face on her knees Kamala Harris. The fraud and flannel tyrant Tim Walz has been making national headlines for his potential role as DEI, Kamala's running mate. As Minnesotans who have been unfortunate enough to live under his reign, we know that he will destroy our nation like he has destroyed our state. The undeserved praise and support Waltz has received from Democrats and their propaganda arm, mainstream media, is enough to make the stomach turn of anyone who knows better. Even just today, on the 1st of August, Waltz is pushing to infringe on her Second Amendment right. Look at this fat, bald-headed prick. Waltz is largely under consideration for his role because of Trump's increasing poll numbers in Minnesota and because the Democrats cannot escape the political prism they have centered around race and gender. All VP contenders are white men with phony moderate titles, labels. This includes Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Transportation Secretary Pooh Pusher Pete Buttigieg, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and Tyranny Timmy. You may be able to find blue dog Democrats among the citizenry, but they are non-existent among the political class. The Democratic Party has become the party of open borders, war, silencing speech, locking up political opponents, debt-ridden spending, and mutilating children, toddlers. On each of these major issues, there is little to no difference between any elected Democrat. The philosophy and psychology of the left is leading to a totalitarian, anti-freedom society. This will not be accomplished by the so-called radicals. This will instead be done by the so-called moderates. It is now rumored that Waltz is the VP choice of Obama and Pelosi. Well, it's no longer a rumor, it's an absolute fact. Waltz has particularly picked up attention for his overhauled insult against J.D. Vance by suggesting that he is weird. This talking point has been picked up by the fake news media and even camel-face Arnanese herself. It should come as no surprise that out-of-touch politicians would rather deflect with attacks than deal with issues on their face. It's what they always do. The irony is that someone with personal and political history, baggage, of Tim Walz should be the last person who should ever set the terms for debate. Waltz, however, is not weird like his ideology. It is not weird, but rather common for any empty suit politician to do as they are told and implement the big government agenda. The vast majority of career politicians kiss the ass of their party overlords to reach higher office. This is exactly what Waltz is doing. There are many details of his life and political tenure that certainly had reason to be called weird, such as his drunk driving incident, where he pretended to be deaf, his refusal to deploy white on active duty in the military, his praise for Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, imperating 6-year-old and mutilation, castration, drugs. These incidences and many more are provided below in what is the potential, the largest info dump of the crooked and shady record of Tim Walz over the years. You know what's interesting, as he claimed he was deaf, what's that got to do with the fact that he blew well over the legal limit and he was let off because he claimed that he was deaf? It's unbelievable. Court transcripts indicate Waltz drove drunk in 1995. dodged a deployment with the MN Army National Guard and abandoned his troops. Taught in China immediately following the Tiananmen Square massacre in 1989, China Weiss and his wife would bring students to the communist country. Regularly produced a video celebrating Chinese New Year's. In Congress, after completing a campaign course by Wallstone Action, you need to read through all of this. This guy's an absolute piece of shit. But so is Camel Face on her knees, an absolute piece of shit. I'll attach the link. Send a copy to your worthless representatives. And thanks for listening.